First pumpkins, now maple syrup. We spoke to a local farm to find out how crop shortage could make your breakfast a little less sweet.
And with spring break just around the corner, everyone's looking for a tan even before they hit the beach. We have a special guest to talk about the best ways to get that sun-kissed glow. You're watching What's Up Weekly.
Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Charlie Rubeski.
And I'm Kendall Charlee.
A Hoosier is making his way to the top of one of the biggest companies in the world. An IU alum, Bob Chapek, has been named the new CEO of Walt Disney. Chapek is taking the place of previous CEO Bob Iger at the end of 2021. He's currently the chairman of the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. But before that, he got his MBA from Michigan State University and a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology right here at IU. Now, I don't know about you, Kendall, but that is an incredible feat to be able to become the CEO of Disney.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, I grew up going to Disney parks, so it's so cool now that the CEO is an IU alum, just like we will be.
Absolutely.
So up until March 8th, Devour Bloomington, a 2-week-long food festival, is taking over the town. Devour Bloomington is an opportunity for local restaurants to display their deals. The festival is sponsored by Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association, and restaurants like Lenny's, Da Vinci, and Yogi's have deals during this time. And the workers enjoy it just as much as the customers.
It's always been a good week or two for us. We look forward to it, and you see a lot of familiar faces that take advantage of the offer, and you see a lot of different faces that you wouldn't otherwise see, maybe. So bring some new folks in the door, and then maybe you keep seeing them.
Spring is in the air and the temperatures are rising, but how is that affecting crop production? We know that both pumpkins and Christmas trees were negatively affected by the unseasonably warm winter this year. But what about maple syrup? I talked with a local maple syrup farmer about the effects of the rising temps on his sugaring season.
David Ray V started making maple syrup when he was in elementary school.
At like 5 or 6 years old, he went to Maple Syrup Festival and wanted to come make syrup here at the house.
What started as a hobby is now a successful Bloomington business.
He was able to make, I don't know, maybe $4,000 or $5,000, a year in middle school and high school.
Although David Ray V is away at graduate school now, the rest of the Ray family continues the tradition, despite the more temperate winters.
Unlike other crops, the unseasonably warm winter has really not been affecting the amount of maple syrup produced here in southern Indiana. Ray says that although the production schedule has shifted a little earlier in the season, they've still had a pretty good year.
Paul Staton, a professor of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences at IU, says in the future, he predicts warmer winters, earlier warm-ups, drier soil, heavier rain, and possible bigger temperature swings in the spring. Regardless of climate change, sap continues to flow.
I would say the main effects of the climate change for us is just that the season started earlier. Not that it really affected our production, but it just moved the season a lot earlier, and it ends a lot earlier for us.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Charlie Rubeski.
You can find Stonewall maple syrup at the Bloomington farmers markets in the summer and fall.
Now, spring break is just less than a week and a half away, and I'm sure some of you are looking to get a little bit of glow before you hit the beach.
And there's plenty of options, from tanning beds to spray tans. We're here now with Rhonda from No Frye Zone to learn a little bit more. Now, Rhonda, can you tell us a little bit about the start of No Frye Zone? How many years has No Frye Zone been in business?
I'm going in my 8th year. I originally was in the nursing field. And I remember going to the tanning bed, and when my nurse practitioner for my dermatology was doing her internship to get her NP license, her clinicals, and she was mad at me, of course. And she said, well, open your own. I said, you know what? I just might. So I remember going on FMLA because I got an autoimmune skin disorder, which put me on the path and made me take it seriously. So I started researching it, and when I was released to go back, I walked in and told all the doctors and cardiologists that I would be starting my own business in 1 year and call it No Frye Zone, and here I am 8 years later.
All right, so tell us, what are like the benefits to spray tanning rather than bed tanning?
Okay, well, You know, first off, I want to tell people, every time people go on vacations, they think that they needed to get a base tan with the tanning bed. What people don't know, the hot truth is, you don't get any kind of, you know, base tan. It does not help you. You get less than 1% when you're out in the sun, if you even have a base tan. It doesn't even matter. It ages you, and it's more prevalent today in the ages of 18 to 30 years in women. It's because the young ones today, they don't think about it. They don't think about sunscreen, the importance. I mean, I had a 22-year-old come in there. They had a big gouge cut out of her arm that was skin cancer.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know. I mean, with climate happening, the sun's hotter, you just never know anymore. It's important that you stay out of the tanning beds and use sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and with your nursing background, I'm sure you've definitely seen some of the effects of long-term sun exposure without sunscreen.
Oh, I have, not just on them, but on me too, the aging. But yes, I mean, it's really sad. I mean, that they're still pushing tanning beds today. I mean, I have people call in and ask me, how much are your beds? And I go, we don't do that here. We spray by hand. It's controlled. Well, never mind, click. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, these kids have no clue.
Mm-hmm. So we actually did a sample spray tan on me, and it looks like I just got back from spring break. So it's so cool to see how just from 15 minutes, I think I wasn't even there for that long, I look like I spent a week in the sun. Rather than bed tanning, I feel like even takes longer than that. You have multiple sessions to even get that base tan.
It takes about 12 tanning bed sections to achieve what you did in less than 6 minutes. And the tan that she has on is one that I've customly mixed. Everything I have is organic, paraben-free, fragrance-free. And I think that is really prominent, especially in Bloomington, with everyone seems like they're health conscious. But yes, I mean, that is the Egyptian beauty that she is sporting right now.
You look great, Kendall.
Thank you.
And obviously, what could you say to, I know that there are some people who have a few reservations about spray tans just because of, you know, things they may have seen in movies or in pop culture. What would you say to those people?
Oh my goodness. You will not be orange. If I had a penny for every time someone walked in, well, I'm not going to be orange, am I? Mm-mm. No, you're not going to be orange. The thing of it is people have not been educated. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. And it can be someone that doesn't know what they're doing, but 99% of the time it's educating when to shower. If you don't shower within the time frame and it over processes, of course you're going to get orange. Less is more. Mm-hmm. And it only covers the top layer, and it does not go skin deep either.
Right. So when I was in yesterday, you were telling me you've been out of the sun for how long? You saying
8 years.
Oh my gosh. And your skin looks great.
When I go on a trip to Florida, I wear a sun hat. I'm underneath the umbrella, and I use 70/50 sunscreen, and I just got wholesale rights to Sunbum. Mm-hmm. So I want to be a one-stop shop because they are the best sunscreen that I have used on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And one last question, Rhonda, where can our viewers, where can they find you?
Well, I have Instagram. If you go to NO_FRYE_zone, that's my Instagram. My Facebook is just No Frye Zone. I'm on TikTok even.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, you can find me on there. Yeah. You can find me on Snapchat at No Frye Zone. Same on Twitter. So I'm on almost every social media platform, it seems like, possible.
And so it'll be easy for college students to find you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they can book appointments right through there?
Yes. And you know what? And what's really cool, too, about my tans is most of them last a good 12 to 14 days.
Wow.
If you're good at moisturizing. Mm-hmm. That's the key.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to still be tan for spring break.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for coming in, Rhonda, and for my spray tan.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up on Trending Topics, ABC announced the newest Bachelorette. Find out who she is and how she's breaking away from the show's tradition.
And a famous couple's 6-year-old daughter is making her debut on the big stage. We've got more on why Kim and Kanye's daughter is turning some heads.
That's right. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Now, everyone has their favorite grocery store, and for some, that might be Trader Joe's. But the grocery store chain faced some tragic news when at 89 years old, Joe Colombe, the founder of Trader Joe's, passed away.
The grocery store chain with over 500 stores nationwide is known for bringing affordable and unusual food to the tables of Americans. Colombe is celebrated as being a brilliant entrepreneur that changed the way grocery stores function.
Yeah, and whether or not you've been keeping up with The Bachelor, Peter, this season, the new Bachelorette was just announced, and there's something different about this one.
That's right, it's her age. Claire Crawley, previously on Juan Pablo's season, is 38 years old, which is really shaking things up after Peter's season had its fair share of 20-somethings, for sure. I think a change in maturity was definitely necessary. What about you, Kendall?
Yeah, I mean, after watching the Women Tell All last night, I think we can all agree on that.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to Claire's season.
Yes.
And they've created an empire on being talentless, but Northwest might just be changing that reputation. She made her musical debut at the Yeezy fashion show during Paris Fashion Week on Monday.
Yeah, her rap performance was abstract to say the least, but Twitter loved it. What did you think?
I definitely was a fan. I'm not gonna lie.
It was very different. It was interesting because for a second I was like, what is she saying? But
it's all about stylistic choice. Yes, the art, for sure. Well, and that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to find out what's up throughout the week.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Charlie Rubeski.
And I'm Kendall Yankowski. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.